Hi there, I am Frikkie Engelbrecht. I'm a retired lecturer. I'm speaking to you from my study here in Windhoek. And I was thinking that we are always talking about a maturity and intelligences. And in my last or a previous video, I was talking about 10 intelligences. The one that we all know, the academic intelligence, and then I mentioned also another one, the emotional intelligence, and so on, practical intelligence and others. Today, I would like to ask you a question. Do you think you have a low or a high emotional intelligence? Okay, fair enough. Let's clarify a little bit about the concept of emotional intelligence, and then I will give you two groups of statements. One group is about features of a low intelligence, and the other group about statements or features of a high emotional intelligence. But first, a sort of a definition about emotional intelligence. As the term says, intelligence regarding emotions. And that intelligence means that you understand the power of emotions, that you recognize emotions when you feel it yourself, but also when you see it in others. But maybe more important, that you are able to manage your emotions, especially those ones of anger, and anxiety. And another feature of emotional intelligence is that you must learn how to express your emotions in an acceptable and appropriate manner. Then there's another feature, that you should have empathy with other people if they are having an emotional state. Because as you know, when we are in an emotional state, that emotions can take over our intellectual capacity and make us do and say and behave in stupid ways, really stupid ways. Then the last one about emotional intelligence, that you should be able to handle relationships smoothly, get along well with other people, especially because you understand emotions, you see their emotions, and you react positively and constructively to their emotions. You might even help them, assist them how to manage their emotions by asking them, or why do you feel like that, And if they say, you help them to express the emotion. And while they are explaining to you why they feel that way, they clarify their own emotion for themselves. And in that way, they understand the emotion. And when they do understand their own emotion better, the power of the emotion dissipates a bit, is subsiding a bit. Okay, so here is the first set of checklists. Let's call it now A. I'm gonna read them, and I think you should sort of play along and see how many of the following statements do you actually agree with or is applicable to your emotional intelligence, and use the fingers to sort of count them and see how many you've got. We're going to do the two checklists. I don't think I can do the full checklist for both sets, but I'm going to do most of them. And then in the end, I will offer you my email address, all right? If you would really like to get to know these notes and receive these notes, then I'll give you my email address at the end, and then you can mail me and say you would really like to have this notes regarding emotional intelligence, and I'm sending it to you gladly. You can even ask to get on my mailing list, because if you haven't heard me yet, I'm sort of busy to talk on a lot of topics, from intelligences to many other things. I'll mention them in the end again. If you would be interested to get on a mailing list to receive all these kinds of notes on these topics, then I'll send it to you gladly. Okay, here we are. I'm not going to label this group. I want you to just see how many of these are applicable to you. And in the end, I will say, okay, group A was low or high emotional intelligence, and group B was about high or low emotional intelligence. And then you take it from there. First one. This group, persons with these emotional intelligence features, they blames, they attacks, or they criticizes other people. And secondly, they is unforgiving and does not balance their feelings with logic and reality. Third one, they act out their feelings, act out like we sometimes do. They act out their feelings rather than talking them out to get the emotion weaker. And next, they are insensitive or not interested in other people's feelings, and they have no empathy for other people. Maybe I almost want to say a more serious one. People with this kind of intelligence offers little chance of emotional intimacy. Okay, that's something that we got to talk about sometimes in the future, né? Emotional intimacy. So, let's take 2, 3 more. These people are typically pessimistic and they believe the world is unfair. And next one. They are motivated by wealth, power, fame, and sex. And next one, they jump ship as at the first sign of trouble. And let's take the last one. They are poor listeners and they tend to interrupt other people's when they are in conversations. Okay, did you count them off? Okay, keep in mind. Now here is group B. Next one. People with this set of intelligence or with this features for this intelligence type, emotional intelligence, they are distinguishing between thought and feelings. Are you counting on the fingers? Keep track on how many of this is applicable to you. They distinguish between their thoughts and their feelings, and they label their feelings, They know, oh, now I'm anxious, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy. Second one, they express their feelings positively by I feel statements. They are not dominated by negative feelings of fear and hopelessness. They control their emotions and balances feelings with logic and reality. Next one, they act morally and with integrity. Next one, they are not motivated by power, wealth, status, approval, or sex. Next one, they don't control or judge other people. Wow, this is a very important one, isn't it? They are confident about their strengths and they know their weaknesses. They work well with others towards shared goals and so on. All right, so what did you end up with the count? Set A or B? Now B was the emotional intelligence on a high level. The A group was emotional intelligence on a lower level. So again, if you would like to read over these notes and use them to think about your own emotional intelligence, and obviously if it's on the low side, you can learn how to improve on that to get more to the higher level emotional intelligence. So here is my email address, dr for doctor, ugrow, ugro, no W, just ugrow 3906@gmail.com. Okay, I repeat, dr.ugro3906@gmail.com. If you want this note and you would like to work on your own emotional intelligence, send me a mail and I'll gladly send you a note. Okay, so as I said, we will be talking on other topics as well, but first let's get your email and then I'll send you the note. Until next time we meet again, greetings.